There's some footage that I came up on of a sister from back in the Gap talking about women being outside the home working and how it affects children. Let's go ahead and check that out.
I don't think it's good that a mother have to get out and work and leave her children at home. It makes bad children. It causes some children to go astray. It's too much freedom, whereas there's a girl in the home. It causes illegitimate pregnancy in the home from the girl. And just any number of things that it causes when a parent have to go out and leave her children at home by themselves.
Now, you fast forward to 2025, and a lot of the women do work. Some of them have to, right? Definitely in this economy, a lot of them have to work unless they got even if they have a high-end job. But, really, in all way for a woman not to work, she got to have a husband. Let's call it what it is. She got to have a husband, and that husband does very well for himself where he can handle all the bills. Because at one point in time in this country, it was more set up for families. It's not set up for families anymore because capitalism kind of took over. They got women out here working, the men working. They keep the economy so crazy where two people have to work, unfortunately, right? Now, if a man makes enough and, he can keep the woman at home work with the kids, that's great. But even with that, what I would tell men, if you can afford it, by the time them kids get to, let's say, kindergarten, let your wife go to work. See if she can get even a part-time job, not because the money aspect, but sometimes women need to feel like they doing other things, not just with the kids all day, because they can feel like it's smothering them and overwhelming them. And sometimes it helps them get out the house a little bit if they go to work, even if it's a part-time job. Just say, hey, look, you can work. Like say, hey, if you can get a job like during the time the kids are in school, part-time or something, or whatever, that'd be great. I just want to make sure the kids are, not home alone or nothing like that. So maybe you can get something part-time. And even them working a part-time job or whatever will be better for them, right? Then later on down the line, if the kids, get older or whatever, and if she want to work a full-time job, okay, that's fine too. Because like I say, some women want to do their own thing and not always depend on us. Believe it or not, it sounds good talking about stay-at-home mom, but sometimes the women may feel like, well, I want to sometimes treat my husband. I can't because I'm taking the money he's making to treat him or whatever. So it's a lot that goes into that. But not having a mother at home, she's right. And we've seen this. A lot of the kids today are just so used to their parents, especially mom not being home. And that really ruins society when men was doing everything and the women got to stay home. The moment women went out to work, you think about it, it just kind of ruined a whole lot of things because the children wasn't looked after like talking about. They had cooked meals. Always had somebody there with their homework or whatever the case may be. The dad worked, the dad paid for school, college, or whatever, their clothes, whatever. But that was in a time period also where you can only work one job. It's not like that no more, unfortunately, unless you're a man that got a high-end job. And the average man don't have a high-end job. So, we look back on this. Yeah, women working, the kids have kind of suffered because of it. But unfortunately, it's the cat's out of the bag now. That's why I think the economy is just where it is. The days, even the grandmas, let's say if mama had to work, we can always go stay with grandma. Like me. My mom was working. Our grandma was home. Grandpa was home. But grandma and grandpa was true grandparents, not the grandparents of today. The grandparents of today still work. The grandparents of today is outside and taking vacations, they're not saying, hey, I'd love to take care of my grandkids. Those grandparents don't exist anymore for the most part, unfortunately. So you don't have relief nowhere with these kids. So, yeah, it's kind of messed up, but she is right.